This 4th and 15 proposal, I'm kind of surprised that it's being accepted out of hand. Like, it got 7-1 votes. Giants John Mara was the only one that voted no, because it's as gimmicky as it comes. Like, having a rule that can only be done once and only can be done in the fourth quarter is, we're talking, this is backyard football on Thanksgiving with your cousins and your brothers, and someone makes an impromptu rule because the other team is, dominating or something. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be weird. I do think it's incredibly gimmicky.
Yeah, there's a couple moving parts that got us here to make it less gimmicky. So they did all the health and safety stuff on kickoffs.
Yeah.
About running starts, and you can only have a certain amount of players on each side of the kick and things like that. So onside kick numbers have gone down. Like, I feel like it used to be 20%, which was kind of like a good number for onside kicks. It was kind of this kind of sweet area for onside kicks where it was, you're not likely to get it, but you do have a chance. And then I think the numbers have dropped drastically. It's like 5% or something like that. So the onside kick, which should be an exciting play, shouldn't provide you with a ton of opportunity, but kind of should be a must-watch moment, kind of wasn't a must-watch moment anymore. So what the NFL can do is they can point at the player safety stuff, and they can say, what this is it can make the games more exciting, and it can lead to more points. And yeah, there's teams licking their chops right now. I think when this was originally tweeted out by someone, Patrick Mahomes replied to it, because 4th and 15 is kind of a normal play for him. Like, he can zip a pass in there. So I think that is the interesting thing. Like, if you have one of the elite quarterbacks, this is another huge advantage for you. And I think there were different rumors, like you could only do it twice a game or something like that.
Once.
Well, I know there's been different rumors of how they want to do it.
Report last night was twice in regulation, and you can't do it in overtime.
Yeah. So they're talking about different ways to do it, and hey, it could lead to more strategy if you get the 2 times a game. Do you want to do it in the second quarter to try to keep the dogs on? Do you just try to save them for later if you need them? I don't know. The NFL has been moving towards this. I think kicking has become more boring, and like just the safety sides of it have been horrifying for years when you have people fully sprinting at each other. So I don't know. I think there definitely is a gimmick side to it, but I think that gimmick side goes away when a rule like this is implemented, and then you're 5 years later and you just accept it as the norm.
All right. It says that the Broncos proposed this, so your team. And
Yes,
the
sir.
Giants said no to it. So, wow, dividing lines.
Yeah, pretty nasty.
Once per game and during the fourth quarter only, and you have to state your intent right away. You can't line up for 4th and 15 and then punt it. You have to go through with the play. Even if there's a holding penalty and now you're pushed back 10 yards and it's 4th and 35, you still can't punt it, which that seems like that's going to get sloppy.
Yeah, and hey, Jim, think about what we're watching in baseball right now. That's the proposal from the Broncos. I know me and BBD the big one that was circling was the twice a game rumor. They need to figure out the details for this, and whatever they do the first year, they're probably going to make an addendum the second year, third year, or whatever. But yeah, I think eventually, it'll be kicking is leaving the sport in a lot of different fashions, and I don't know. There would be good juice, on a 4th and 15 in any big game, or if your team has it, that's a must-watch play.
Someone said, can you score on the 4th and 15, or is it just you get the 15 and then you have, but I'm guessing you can score. I'm guessing.
Yeah, live play.
I don't know so when the onside kick was in its heyday and it was attainable and it was exciting, like what % clip do you think it happened on? And then I would take that percentage, hey, we want to get back to this percentage, but be safe, and then find 4th and long percentage, because it seems like 4th and 15 is much easier to attain than an onside kick, even when onside kicks were attainable, not like last season where only the Falcons could do them. So
Yeah, let's. Okay,
You know what I'm
I've got
saying?
a chart. I've got a chart. Let's see if this has any. Oh God, that's like a nerdy chart. Let's see. Onside kick rate, success probability. Oh God, these charts are so bad. What are these, win probability charts? I don't care about this. Oh, okay. So here's the chart we're talking about. So 4th and 15s in the NFL have had a 16.5% success rate. I think they're calling it 3rd and 4th down. So they're adding both of them. And onside kicks.
Why would they add both? That's bullshit.
Onside kicks would be 13.2%. But like, when are these numbers from? Okay, clicking.
I'm sure someone did the math on this, but I just think, try and make it, in my brain, 4th and 15 is easier than an onside kick. But if it's not, especially right after a touchdown, like say you take the defense the length of the field and then they're gassed, and now you can just like fucking bomb your fast receivers down there and throw it up. It seems easier than an onside
kick. And that's where I think there could be some fun strategy, right? Like say you have a 12-play drive, 80 yards, you jam it down their throat. I think there's a lot of coaches out there that are like, hey, we're up 7-0. We just exhausted them. Let's run it back. Like you could kind of put a game on its head. I got some stats. I think it's from an NFL website. I'll put it in the notes there if you want to click around in it. It's actually got like every chart and everything we'd want. But it's better to do it live, baby.
All right, I got the chart here.
Some decent charts for what we like.
Where's the chart party? Shout out Jomboy, I think is his name. Very similar to my name.
Call it chart party.
What happens on 3rd and 4th down? Okay, so percentage of...
What if it just said football?
What is it? What am I looking at here? Defensive stop. So red is first down on the play. Okay. So distance. Okay, so 4th and 15 is this one. And it's around 25%.
So it looks like we've got the blue area. So we've got 2 penalty areas there.
Hey, chart makers, get do-over out of my face.
Yeah, do-over's tough on the chart.
Care about a do-over?
Tough on the chart. Still appreciate the chart. There's layers there.
It's a good chart. It's not a bad chart. So, yeah, so it's around 25%.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is, like, okay, say you're well, let's go both ends of the spectrums. If you're the Bears and your offense is terrible, I mean, your 4th down and 15 success rate is going to be miserable. And it's like, what plays do you even try to draw up? If you have Mahomes, obviously, it's like, hey, find a hole. He's going to throw it as hard as he possibly can. But also a team like the Ravens that's trying to kind of cook the books a little bit, and like they have a power running game and they're a threat in a lot of different ways. Like if I'm the Ravens, I'm pretty bummed out. Like our offense is, we're going to get 8 yards every play, and that doesn't help you.
What if they pre-plan for this, Like they just run like 4 verticals 3 times before the touchdown. I guess you'd have to be pretty far out to guarantee a touchdown. Okay. Mahomes scrambles and the wide receivers just run wind sprints back and forth on the end zone. Then the next play, just rush it in, and then you do this, and you just attack the corners and the safeties that were just running wind sprints. You bring in a new speed guy, wide receiver, just bomb them down the field.
I mean, Coach Jomboy, it feels like you've got it.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching Grant a lot, so I'm kind of pretty good with military strategy right now.
So the first play is the play before the touchdown. Mm-hmm. You just have the wide receivers run the wind sprints as long as possible.
Gas them. Yeah.
And then you run it in for a yard,
mm-hmm.
the touchdown. And then the onside kick after the extra point, you have a fresh wide receiver that you didn't use on the sprint play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you
have like a Devin Hester X, just like
okay,
speed guy, not a great wide receiver, but you put the stick him on his hands and you just say, hey, we just gassed these guys for you. go deep.
Those guys are gassed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually called the gas
You
mask
saw the play.
Yeah. Just
Damn.
running wind sprints in the back. McComb, just.
You have been watching Grant.
Yeah. I got to rewatch yesterday's. But been watching Grant. Had Grant.
Been.